Hey guys, this is John. I'm back. So what happened is my computer completely crashed at the outset of this fifth game against Grandmaster Rui Gao. But we're back now. I'm going to have to split up this recording into two sections, but that's okay. Yeah, I just got a complete blue screen and got disconnected. Fortunately, ICC saves the game, which is nice. So I just logged back in and issued him a resume, and fortunately he was still here. So the match continues. All right, so I'm offering a trade of queens. That's a good move, I think. I guess I have to trade and then play rook e8, because otherwise, how do I defend? I couldn't have played rook e8 when his queen was on b5. I would have lost my rook. I'm hoping the a-file pressure doesn't hurt me too bad. He's going to quickly try to get a rook in on c7, I think. But we can evict this knight. So let's do that first and foremost. Yeah, I think this will be okay. Now, knight b6, he can play rook c7. No, that's okay, though, I think, because we have rook e7. And if rook c7, trade, knight f4, we can play king f7, and we defend both pawns. That's important. So I believe I'm just in time to hold everything. b3, kind of a slow move. Let's play g5, although he might play f4 if we do that. Maybe rook e7 is most sensible. Yeah, he can't attack our bishop, so I think rook e7's all right. No, he can attack our bishop. That was a really bad move. Knight d3 is a threat. Blech. Yeah, that was a mistake. I gotta go back, because otherwise the bishop gets trapped. Now you can just take g6. Okay, so I got myself into some trouble in this one. No doubt about that. Rook c8. Okay, I'm going to try to play rook c8 and offer a trade, but not liking this at all. Okay, let's bring the king up. He could swap on c8, and I'd have to take with the knight. Because rook takes allows rook takes a7, and there's no back rank checkmate. So let's get this ready. I guess if rook c1, I can play bishop a5. So at least there's that. But undeniably, I'm just down a pawn here. Rook e7 on move 21 was just awful. Maybe I can save this, though. Who knows? h4, so looking to clamp on h5/g6, maybe. Do I need to trade with rook c8? I hate to do that, but I think I might have to. Yeah, let's do it. I don't see how else to play the position. It's hard to attack b5. Maybe I can slowly play like knight a8, knight c7. That's about the only plan I see here. Go after this pawn. He can play knight d3, knight c7, knight c5. But I play b6 then, I believe. And I think I stand a chance to win that pawn. Yeah, knight c7, let's do that. b4, okay. No, I'm just going to play this instead. All right, let's go b6. Maybe knight a6 is the plan, though. Yeah, now I have to trade. And do this. He's going to be pressing me aggressively on the king side, though. I want to get my king up and then win the a6 pawn, but that's such a long-distance goal. I got to hurry now because I'm a little bit low on time. We do have that 1 second increment. Yeah, I have a feeling with him bringing his f-pawn up the board, this should be bad for me.
Time warning.
Yeah, I just don't have the ability to stop his pawns, I don't think. I'm going to try going here, but he should be winning. Maybe I can go harass his d-pawn if his king gets too
Check.
far away. He's going to play bishop here into b8. Okay, yep, that's losing. All right, so he wins that game. Send the rematch request. We'll stick with knight f3 from the white side. 4-1 in the match total. I'm getting some good practice in from these symmetrical-ish positions. Okay, let's just castle against that move. See if he wants to take over the center. He does. Maybe c4. We can play like a reversed Benoni, something like that. Okay, let's take and then maybe go d4 hereafter. I was thinking I could play knight e5, but he has f6 against that. Checking doesn't do much. King f8. Okay, so I'm going to maneuver this knight. Try to send it through c2. A little bit defensive, but that's okay. Again, just practicing some newish setups. So let's get this knight in the action. Maybe bishop f4 or bishop g5. Let's go bishop g5. Just try to bother him on that knight on e7. Does play f6, okay. Let's play the bishop back here. Or f4, which one's better? I don't know if it matters too much. On f4, he could always play g5, so I think I'll just go to e3 directly. Now let's play for some queenside space. b4, b5. Let's defend this knight, first of all. Can play knight f5 and always try to eliminate my dark square bishop. But that bishop isn't particularly good anyways, so I'm probably okay with that. Let's bring this over. Yeah, I'm not playing b5 because he's going to answer with knight a5, although I guess I had knight takes d5 there. But it's nice now that this knight is defended, so that maybe now I can play b5. If b5, knight a5, knight takes d5. Knight c4, I take e7. Yeah, so that works, I think. It's a little tactic involving that undefended knight, should he play knight a5. So he might have to play knight d8 or knight b8. Probably knight d8, and try to route the knight through f7. Yep, there he goes. Okay, let's play knight b4. Try to bring about pressure on d5. But knight f7 to d6, there's something to be said for that, for sure. We've got to try to make some inroads on the queen side, I think. We can't take d5. Just staring at this undefended rook. f3, he's going to play f5. Knight f7 is coming, so I really got to be prepared for that. a4, knight f7, a5, knight d6, a6. Might be a whole lot of nothing. Just don't see a good plan right here. Knight d5 is not working, as I've already established. Can't move this knight without dropping that pawn. I'm just going to play a4 because I really don't see much. Maybe queen a2? So if knight d6 I can take here. It's something risky. Okay, I'm going to try it. Can play rook c4 though. Rook c4 is a good response, I think. I just can't burn that much time. All right, so can I take on d5? That's the key question. I think I got to try it. But he can take and then play queen f7. No, but then I have queen a3. All right, we're going to go for it. 43 seconds and a position that's not good unless I try this, so let's give it a shot. Aha. Okay, that's the refutation. All right, let's take here. I know he just can take d5. But What else is there? What
Check.
else is there to do? Yeah, this is pretty convincing. I've got a couple pawns, but not much else going on. All right, let's retreat that. Try to save it. Queen takes d4, maybe? Nope. Okay, let's go here. I know d4 is hanging, but 18 seconds left. If he takes the bishop on d4, at least I have rook d1. There's a pin. He is pinned here on his king. That's not to say he couldn't play something like knight b6, though, if he wanted. All right, let's just bring this over. Maybe rook c4, or rook b4, rather. Okay, we're going to push on the queen side. Try to make something happen. Bring this up. Knight e3 is nifty. Okay. Still have 2 pawns for the exchange, but they're not very effective pawns, I'll tell you that. And I'm in time pressure. Okay,
Check.
Let's give a check. And then I guess go after the knight. I don't see any other remedy. He missed knight e3 there. Yeah, this is going to win. Okay. So not a great game in that one. Yeah, I was just lacking a plan once he started maneuvering. I think he was planning knight a5, but I kind of forced him to play a move that maybe he wanted to play anyways, knight d8. So 4-2. This is kind of a tale of 2 matches so far. I jumped out to that big lead, and now I'm giving some of the points back, but that's all right. Okay, so let's go c5. This is the same as one of our earlier games. He's thinking. That's a good sign. Plays a4. This is the same move that Sevian played against me. So let's play as we did in that game, b4. Now e6. Let's put the bishop on b7. But I remember in my game against Sevian, I hesitated to do this for exactly this reason, that e6 could be weak. Now it's coming back to me. So I don't think I should have done that. At any rate, let's just keep developing. He might be able to sack on e6 at some stage, but I'm going to try my best not to be too scared about that. So yeah, let's just develop. If he takes here, I'll take back. We can trade queens. I think my queen should be okay in the center. Maybe I should take f4, actually. Nah, but then it could be hard to win the material back, so I should probably just take. But if he goes queen e2 now, there could be a lot of heat coming down on e6, is the only thing. He's going to trade. Bishop takes e6. Knight e5 instead. Okay. Bishop takes e6 might have been working there. Instead, I still have some trouble on my hands, so I have to be careful. He's going to take f7. I think it's his plan. King e7, knight takes f7, king takes, knight takes e6. Aha. Yeah, that's not good. If I play rook f8, knight takes f7, all the same. I mean, I think I have to do this. Rook f8 wasn't good either, so we'll just try to play it this way. So take, knight takes. There's not really much I can do, huh? There's bishop takes f2, but my king is going to be so open after that. All right, I'm just going to try to swap a little bit. I played bishop b7 too fast. I should have remembered my game with Sevian as I was describing. If I had done that, that would have saved a lot of energy and pain and suffering. Okay, let's try to develop.
Check.
Attempt to hide our king. Okay, we'll take that. Let's propose a trade. He can go after this pawn. Okay, can take d5,
Check.
but I wasn't seeing any good remedy otherwise. King e7 or king c7. Better go here. And at least try to play against the c2 pawn. Down 2 pawns, but maybe we can make this happen. Down 3 pawns now. Let's try to play to trap his knight. So if rook d2, at least I can go knight e6 and maybe make it hard for him to get this knight out. He can always play h4 though, can't he? Yeah, that would be working. Rook d2, knight e6, h4. The idea of rescuing the knight with h5. And he saw that, of course. I think maybe rook here. I'm going to be down 2 pawns on the rook ending, I think, regardless. Rook c4, he would have just played g3, so yeah, we're going to have to defend this ending 2 pawns down, unfortunately. Let's defend that pawn. Try to get some activity, I suppose. Rook c5. Rook c5, rook b2 at least. Although he can always play b3, can't he? b3 is pretty convincing. Okay, let's bring our king up a bit. Rook or king d5. Again, b3 is possible. Just not much happening here. g5 doesn't help us. All right, I'm just going to do something. This is a match of streaks, isn't it? Both go on some streaks. Let's go attack that g-pawn. Might as well. Saving this ending would be huge. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be impressive if it did.
Check.
I didn't want to play king d7 because he had rook g6 going after my g-pawn. Yeah, he just repeats. That's sensible. I'm going to try to go after his queenside pawns. Hoping my b-pawn can survive. My b-pawn survives, I have a chance.
Warning.
Play rook c4. I think this is a repetition of a position we had before. Not that it matters too much, but could be something. All right, let's attack that rook again. Finally, he goes after that. Oh, because he has rook b5. Yeah, that's over. All right. So I figured we would lose that one. Bishop b7, I think, is a mistake. I think I played that too early. Okay, let's go to d4. We'll mix things up a little bit. We'll play a main line instead. He's a Grunfeld player. Okay. Let's do this line. Let's go bishop d2. Got to win one back. Important to stop the opponent's momentum. 4-3. We've just played a little bit sloppy the last couple games, so we can clean that up. In this line, white just plays for a small edge and looks to prevent some of black's key breaks. Black can maybe try pawn c5, try to organize that move, but with the pressure on e7, I am making it a little difficult for him to do so. Okay, so let's just play bishop e2. Drop this back. If they want to kick my bishop out, they're going to have to play g5 to do so. Knight b4. It's interesting. Okay, I'm not going to react to that for now. Maybe I can go a3, knight d5, knight e4. Let's do that and bring about some pressure on their queen side. Looks like a good home for the knight on c5. So if bishop f5, knight c5, and I'm hitting that b pawn. Okay, this position I like. I think I can look forward to the future with confidence from here. If f5, knight c5, g5, bishop g3, f4, I can take, and my bishop is not getting trapped. That's important. And we're up on time in this one too, so let's try to keep it that way. Okay, so I think bishop g3 is fine. Just making sure that the sacrifice isn't better. He's going to go for this line, okay. All right, goes f4. And knight takes, okay. Maybe rook e1. Or even h3, stopping bishop g4. Rook e1, though, makes more sense, I think. I'm afraid he's going to put the queen on d5, however. Kind of think I need a remedy to that. Queen d5 is coming, isn't it? Okay, let's play rook e1, because I think I want to attack e7. If g4, knight e5 should be fine. So I would expect either bishop g4 or queen d5. Okay, he's going to put the knight on d5. That doesn't trouble me as much. I didn't think that was as big of a deal. Maybe h3 or knight e5. Knight e5 looks good. Let's go knight e5, stopping bishop g4. Maybe I'll go bishop g4 myself. Depends what he does. Or bishop c4. Yeah, I get the sense he really should have put the queen on d5 versus the knight. Now I'm going to try to pressure him. Okay, b2 is kind of under attack. Let's go b4. Brings the queen back. I gotta think there's some nasty stuff, though, with, like, bishop takes d5, for instance. His queen is on the same diagonal as my bishop. Let's try to put some pressure on him. c6 is weak. Maybe rook c1 to come to try to highlight that. Just going to run with his king. Yeah, rook c1 is a move we can play quickly. Gets out of the way. b5. Or take. Take is interesting. Let's take. I think he's probably going to take with the knight. So I think taking with a pawn allows maybe bishop d3 stuff. Yeah, bishop d3 and c6 is falling. But if he takes the knight, I can take and then bishop d3 and take c6 anyways.
Check.
So this looks good. Because rook takes c6 next move. Who is lagging, me or him? This is scaring me. Okay, it's him lagging this time. Good. I just didn't want it to be me again. I was afraid my computer was crashing for the second time this match. Say it ain't so, no report. We're having issues staying connected. Yeah, this looks awful for him because after rook takes c6, I can always escape with my bishop to h4, and although I do have to watch out for f takes g3, don't I? Now that the match has paused for a second, I can think about that. Yeah, like say king g8, rook takes c6, f takes g3, rook takes d6. He's taking f2 with check and forking my two rooks. So maybe on king g8, I have to play bishop h4, which still looks pretty good. I still have pressure on c6, but it's not quite as bad as it was if I could just play rook takes c6. I don't think he's coming back. I think he's going to lag out here, and the game will be adjourned. In which case, maybe we'll have 3 parts to this video. We'll have to see. Yeah, there's a certain amount of time that has to elapse before ICC like automatically adjourns the game. Nothing I can do right now. I'm just waiting for that to happen. I wonder if he could play bishop f5 here. Bishop f5, rook takes c6. F takes g3. Rook takes d6. G takes f2 check. King takes f2. No, that's okay for me. Bishop takes d3, king g1. He has a rook plus a minor piece for the queen, but that's not enough. White's better there. So yeah, I think the game should go king g8, and then probably I should play bishop h4. Oh, he's back. He came back. Well, the match continues. Okay, so let's go bishop h4 to avoid this f takes g3, g takes f2 business. I have a feeling he's still lagging. Yeah, because his time is not moving again. Yep, he's officially lagging still. So I'm going to try to think what I would do on his next move. Maybe he'll play something to defend c6. Probably he will, like bishop d7 or bishop b7. On bishop d7, maybe something like queen h5. Try to make some threats towards his king. Could also play bishop c4. e7 is loose, so knight g6 comes to mind, but bishop d7, knight g6, he has rook f7 or rook e8 perhaps. Okay, yeah, he got disconnected. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this video up. Sorry for the adjournment here at the end, but maybe we'll have part 3. We'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.